Here are the hottest football news stories of the day. 1. Chelsea's struggle continues? Can the Blues avoid a 4-game losing streak against Southampton? Predictions are in. 2. Liverpool's summer transfer move. The Reds have reportedly made contact over a potential signing, as Arsenal and Man City enter a transfer battle. 3. Crystal Palace injury blow. Oliver Glasner confirms a key player will miss the Aston Villa clash. 4. Jose Mourinho in legal trouble. Galatasaray plans to take criminal action against Mourinho over alleged racist remarks. 5. Carragher vs Ferdinand. Jamie Carragher lashes out at Rio Ferdinand, calling him a clown in their ongoing TNT Sports feud. 6. Real Madrid's transfer stance. Spanish giants are not in talks for Liverpool's star player. 7. Bournemouth injury concern. Manager confirms a key player has yet to return to training ahead of the Brighton match. 8. Dan Ashworth's new job, just months after leaving Man Utd. Ashworth secures a new role following Newcastle's compensation payment. Chelsea aims to end losing streak against Southampton. Chelsea will host Southampton at Stamford Bridge tonight, eager to bounce back from 3 consecutive defeats. The Blues, currently 7th in the Premier League, need a win to stay in the top 4 race. Southampton, sitting at the bottom of the table, has struggled away from home this season. In a simulated match, Chelsea dominated with goals from Levi Colwill, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, and Jadon Sancho, securing a 5-1 victory. Despite missing key players, Chelsea remains favourites to win and regain momentum in the league. Liverpool eye summer transfers amid title race. Liverpool, leading the Premier League under Arne Slot, are preparing for summer transfer moves. Reports suggest the Reds have contacted Atalanta regarding Ademola Lookman, who is expected to leave the Serie A club. Arsenal and Saudi Pro League clubs are also interested in the forward, potentially as a replacement for Mohamed Salah. Meanwhile, Liverpool face competition from Manchester City and Chelsea for Bournemouth defender Dean Huijsen. The 18-year-old, previously with Juventus, is open to a move, as Liverpool push for their 20th league title. Transfer speculations continue to grow. Crystal Palace suffer injury blow ahead of Aston Villa clash. Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has confirmed that Matheus Franca will miss Tuesday's match against Aston Villa. The 20-year-old, who has struggled with injuries all season, remains sidelined as he continues his recovery. Glasner emphasized the importance of patience, ensuring Franca returns fully fit for the remainder of the season. Palace, looking to bounce back from their loss to Fulham, face a tough challenge against Villa, who are pushing for a top 4 finish. With a month-long break approaching, Franca could use the time to regain full fitness before rejoining the squad. Galatasaray to take legal action against Jose Mourinho for alleged racist remarks. Galatasaray announced plans to initiate criminal proceedings against Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho over alleged racist remarks. The club will also file complaints with UEFA and FIFA following Mourinho's comments after a 0-0 draw between the two sides. He reportedly described Galatasaray's bench as jumping like monkeys and criticized Turkish referees. The club condemned his statements as inhumane rhetoric and labeled his conduct reprehensible. Mourinho, previously fined and suspended for misconduct in Turkey, now faces further scrutiny. Galatasaray emphasized their stance against racism, calling for action from football's governing bodies. Jamie Carragher and Rio Ferdinand clash over AFCON comments. Jamie Carragher and Rio Ferdinand engaged in a heated exchange after Carragher claimed that winning AFCON would not boost Mohamed Salah's Ballon d'Or chances. Ferdinand criticized the remark as ignorant, emphasizing AFCON's significance to African players. Carragher fired back, calling Ferdinand a clown and defending his stance, arguing that global tournaments like the World Cup and Euros carry more weight. The debate intensified after Micah Richards challenged Carragher on live TV. Carragher later clarified his comments on social media, insisting his point was about national team limitations rather than disrespecting AFCON. Real Madrid not pursuing Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk. Reports linking Virgil van Dijk to Real Madrid have been dismissed, with Spanish outlet Marca confirming that Los Blancos are not in negotiations for the Liverpool captain. This news will reassure Reds fans concerned about the potential departures of key players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, and Van Dijk this summer. While Alexander-Arnold recently hinted at a possible move to Madrid, new Liverpool manager Arne Slot has avoided making controversial statements about his squad's future. Instead, he has emphasized the importance of keeping the team together, especially as Liverpool remain in contention for multiple trophies. Van Dijk, a crucial leader in the dressing room, will soon face a career-defining decision. His future could depend on Liverpool's success in the Premier League, Champions League, and domestic competitions. A victorious season might convince him to stay, while a disappointing finish could push him toward a new challenge. For now, Liverpool's priority is to prove there's no better place for Van Dijk than Anfield. If the Reds secure silverware, Slot may have a strong case to retain his key players and keep the club at the top of European football. Evanilson returns for Bournemouth ahead of Brighton clash. Bournemouth have received a significant injury boost as club record signing Evanilson has fully recovered from a broken metatarsal ahead of Tuesday's Premier League match against Brighton. However, manager Andoni Iraola remains uncertain about the Brazilian striker's fitness due to a lack of recent training. Evanilson, who joined from Porto for £31.7 million last summer, has missed 7 games since sustaining the injury in a win over Everton on January 4. He was an unused substitute in Bournemouth's 1-0 defeat to Wolves on Saturday. And Iraola admitted that his main concern is the player's match readiness rather than his injury. He has recovered, but with a bone injury, you have to wait for it to heal completely. He hasn't been able to train much. Iraola explained, "He could start, but I don't know how long he will last." Bournemouth, currently 6th and just 1 point off the Champions League spots, face a tough test against 9th-placed Brighton, who are also in the race for European qualification. Iraola praised Brighton's squad depth and expects a very demanding game, as his side aims to bounce back from their weekend setback. Dan Ashworth takes consultancy role after Manchester United exit. Former Newcastle United and Manchester United sporting director Dan Ashworth has reportedly secured a new role with Warwickshire County Cricket Club. Just 3 months after leaving Old Trafford, Ashworth, 53, departed Manchester United by mutual consent in December, ending a brief 5-month tenure that began in July following a costly compensation agreement with Newcastle. His exit was linked to dissatisfaction with his approach, as reports suggested the club felt he was overly critical and lacked viable solutions. According to The Times, Ashworth has now taken on a freelance consultancy position with Warwickshire, where he will advise on high-performance strategies. He previously worked with the club's audit committee in 2021. His Manchester United spell reportedly cost the club over £4 million, covering both Newcastle's compensation and his departure settlement. The Daily Mail claims that United's leadership, including Sir Jim Ratcliffe, were disappointed by Ashworth's UK-focused football philosophy and conservative managerial recommendations. Despite his short-lived stint in football's elite, Ashworth's expertise in sports management remains valued, as he transitions back into cricket with Warwickshire.